Before I begin, from the show of hand, how many of you here have been scolded by your parents because you argued with your siblings? Thank you. Another question, how many of you here have been hit by your parents because you kept on playing or crying when they told you to stop? Upon starting my speech, I want every one of you here to close your eyes and imagine yourself in a scenario. In the scenario, you are a 10-year-old kid playing normally with your sibling or friends. For a while, you were playing normally, but then your sibling or friend stole your toy and you threw a tantrum. After a few minutes of screaming and shouting, your parents came, caressed you in their arms, and said, "It's okay, they'll give it back." Or, "It's okay, baby, we'll get a new one." Unfortunately, not many of us here have been through this situation. Not many of our parents have reacted in that gentle way when we throw tantrums, or else they'll be seen or called as spoiling us. Well, I'm just 19, and I am a no parent myself. But you might think, why am I here, standing here today, talking to you about gentle parenting? Apparently, I've been raised in a society where parents raise their kids in ways I don't agree with. And I am here today telling you why tiger parenting would, in the long run, impact us badly as children, and why gentle parenting is not actually spoiling us. The rich Cambodian culture has played a big impact on the ways our parents raised us in this society. When getting told by relatives or the society that your kids have to obey you, or that hitting your kid is okay as long as it turns them into good kids, or that you should be strict to your kids, shout at them, threaten them, or else they will grow up not listening to you. Parents have no choice but to treat children a certain way. Last year, I got a notification from one of my best friend group chat. The message read, "It's too much. I cannot do this anymore." Everyone in the group chat was so worried and asked him what happened. He said that his father kept on scolding him for everything he does and does not do, comparing him to other successful kids his age, not listening to his reason or explanation over everything, limiting who he could be friends with because his father believed that as long as he become friends with rich kids, that he will become rich and successful in the future, and telling him that he's either rich or a disappointment. He's 19 now, but throughout his life, he's been questioning his worth and value and doubting his importance. He's been raised to work for love and acceptance, making him very, very worried about his future. And I'm sure many of us here can relate to this. To the parents, maybe this is how you raise us to make sure that we're successful in life. Maybe this is how you raise us so that we obey you and not become spoiled. Or maybe this is how you ensure that we will walk the right path. Because at the end of the day, we know for sure that you just want us to have a good life. But to us, as children, it's different. To us, you're hurting us physically and emotionally, destroying our self-esteem, and making us doubt ourselves even over the little decisions we make. It's making us unable to stand up for ourselves because we've been scolded for speaking up when we were younger. It's making us unable to share our feelings or any mistake with you in fear of doing something wrong and might get punished in the future. It's making us lie to you because we want different kinds of fun. And it's making us unable to communicate our feelings not only to you as parents, but also to everyone else around us because we've never done it before. It's making us not emotionally strong to face the real world. When I was about 5 years old, I was playing with my brother's Power Ranger toy and hitting it with my Barbie doll. After a while, my Barbie doll head broke off and I started crying so hard. My mom came and I'm not sure what actually happened, but I ended up being locked inside a dark bathroom and was told that unless I stopped crying, that she'll get me out of the bathroom. I was dumb enough back then to not just open the door and come out by myself. So I spent the rest of the 15 the next 15 minutes in the bathroom crying until she let me out. My experience was not as harsh as what some of you may have been through, but all these experiences have been instilled in us from that time onwards, maybe as a joke to tell, like what I'm doing right now, or maybe as very harsh experiences that you might not want to be reminded of. So if this is not the right way to parent us, what is? Tiger parenting is a strict and authoritative method of parenting that is highly invested in ensuring the children's success. On the other hand, gentle parenting refers to the peaceful method of parenting that focuses on the willingness and choices of the children and not the parents' demand. So, according to Healthline, gentle parenting focuses on understanding your children, empathizing with them, respecting them, and setting boundaries with your parenting. Raising us should never be about parental control and punishment or setting us up to meet the societal standards. It should be connecting with us, communicating with us, and being consistent with your mood and patience as parents. As children, we observe everything you do, from the way you talk to the way you act, to the way you respond and solve problems, as well as the way you manage and communicate your emotions. As children, we view this world through your eyes because you've taught us how to view this world since we were young. So what does tiger parenting look like? The so-called tiger parenting or old school parenting, as some of us may have known, teaches that the way to solve problems is to use anger, violence, or silent treatment. It includes parents managing us to ensure that we meet high expectations, like being obedient, having the perfect attitude, or excelling academically. Parents for tiger parenting often use the "because I said so" or "because this is how it is in the family," leaving us no room to negotiate. It can look like, "You cannot talk back to me because this is not what we do in this family." Tiger parenting also comes in the sense of our parent limiting us to only socialize with friends who love studying, not trusting us to make decisions, even over the little ones, or disrespecting our privacy. This can look like parents going through our phone messages or our social media's account to see who we're texting with, who we're flirting with, or what's going on with our lives. This would lead us to not being able to communicate our feelings because we're scared of being ignored or punished, seek approval for everything we do because we're raised to meet the high expectation of our parents to get their attention, indecisive because we're traumatized from being scolded for making poor decisions in the past, and continue this type of parenting onwards because it is seen as the best practical way. On the other hand, with connecting as the basis of gentle parenting, it would make us feel safe, comfortable, and unconditionally loved by our parents. In gentle parenting, we don't need to work hard for our parents' love, and that we have a safe haven to go to no matter what happens. This would also allow us to learn how to validate our feelings as children, as well as communicate those feelings to people around us, which in the long term create a generation of emotionally intelligent individuals. Gentle parenting also allows us to trust our parents with our problems, having the feeling that our parents would not judge us for who we are or what we've done. It will allow our parents to communicate and connect with us on a very personal level, ask us about our days, or give us very good advice. So when we have a lover, for example, instead of hiding it from our parents, fearing that they will know, get angry, or force you and your partner to break up, we will be able to tell our parents about that person, seek advice from them regarding the relationship or the future. It can look like, "Mom, I'm seeing this person, and he keeps shouting at me every day. Does this look like a healthy relationship to you?" But for tiger parenting, the children is not able to tell that to his or her parent because they fear that once the parent knows about their relationship, then it'll lead to them breaking up at the end of the day. So to the parents, I'm not saying that you're supposed to advise us on our life. You're not supposed to advise us on our life path, or that you have no rights to raise us or have a say in what we behave. What I want to say is that we want you to change from the because I said so attitude to a more of this is why I think it's not right attitude. We want to know more than just the fact that we're wrong. We want to know why you think we're wrong. We want you to listen to the fact that to our reason on why we did it in the first place. And we want this relationship between us to be a relationship built upon understanding and not control. So to parents and future parents, act now. Learn to control your feelings and emotional trauma. Learn to let go of the pain your parents left you in regards to their strict parenting ways. Talk to your children, find out their needs and wants, solve problems together in a gentle way, love them for who they are, and embrace their uniqueness. It's about time we strengthen the bond between parents and children, and it's never too late to care more about your own children. To the children here who are still suffering from this tiger parenting method of your parents, I know it can be hard sometimes, and I know you'll feel undervalued, silenced, and unimportant. For the time being, find someone else you can rant to. Try to talk reason out with your parents. Don't take their words too hard, and try to live a happy life. Please do me a favor though. Do not continue on this tiger parenting tradition onto your children. Let's act now and cut this toxic parenting technique right now in our generation. Thank you.